The repair status of service items and the allocation status of allocation entries have a certain relationship. Changing the repair status might trigger a change in the allocation status. If you change the status, the repair status to finished, then the allocation status will also change from active to finished. And when you change the repair status to partly serviced or referred, the allocation status will also change. It will change to reallocation needed. But you see here, this is when your allocation status is active. So it will only change from active to finished or from active to reallocation needed. So from our dispatch board, let's have a look at this service order for Guilford Water Department, where you see we have one allocation. And here you see an allocation with the status active for Linda, 4 hours allocated at a specific date. Now, what we need to do is, let's go back to this service order. So I'm going to click on Show Document. And we're now going to switch and change the in-process status report to service is finished. And let's then have a look what happens with the allocation status. So I'm going to close this now. And now I'm going to move back to my allocation entries. And what you can see now is that automatically this allocation the allocation entry for the service order has been automatically, the status has been switched from active to finished. So let's now check for a second scenario here for service order with number 6 for John Haddock. You see that there is one allocation here. Let's check that. It's an allocation with the status active on a specific date for a specific resource and the number of allocated hours. So you see also the service order status here is in process. Let's change that. So I'm going to switch to the document now, and I'm going to switch the repair status from in process to partly serviced. And if I do this and then close, let's check what happened now with the allocation. So what you can see here is that number of allocation has become 0. So there is no more allocation. If you click on it, there are no more allocations. So the one that we had before has been removed. And what you can see now is that reallocation needed is put to yes. So this means that you have to replan again this service order, and that's a notification to the planner to reallocate, to replan again for this order. When you cancel an allocation, the status for that allocation will change from active to reallocation needed, and there will be an impact for the repair status as well. A repair status of initial will be changed to referred, and a repair status of in process will be changed to partly serviced. So let's have a look here at service order with the number 8 for Guilford Water Department. As you can see, the service order status is in process. So let's have a look on the document itself. Let's have a look at the service item line. So the service order status is in process. You see that there is a one service item line with a repair status code of in process. So then let's move to the allocation. So here you see resource allocation. Mark has been allocated on a specific date, specific number of hours. The allocation status is now active. What happens when we click on cancel allocation? Well, the first thing that will happen is the status will change from active to reallocation needed. So you see now that we have cancelled an allocation entry. Let's have a look at the impact that it has now on the repair status of that service order. So let's go back to the service order here. Here it is. And let's click on Show Document. Let's have a look at the repair status code here on the line, and what you see now is that for this service item, the repair status code is now partly serviced. So after all these explanations, you're now ready to try and do it yourself. So please take the following practices.